joining us on this week's episode of the KnowZone. I'm Janet.
I'm Charlie, and... Marara, wake up.
Oh, danger. Whoa,
Danger? Marara, are you having a nightmare?
Oh, it's just you, Charlie.
Mara, what did you think it was?
Well, I was having a very, very bad dream, Janet.
Marara, what time did you get to sleep last night?
Well, it was very late, about 10 p.m. You know, we were having visitors and I had to help my mom clean up and bake.
Well, I'm happy that you helped your mom, and I'm happy that you had visitors, but you need to get to sleep earlier.
Right, I know, Charlie, but you know, I just had to wait to have a taste of those very delicious cupcakes.
So that is what that actually kept you awake. Well, as always, we have a great show lined up just for you. From the Wild Zone to my Speedy on out there.
Not to mention Teacher Pendo coming in to help us with our math and our English. And we also have our games, Spell It and the Big Three.
Right, now you don't want to miss all that and so much more right here on the KnowZone.
First though, let's go to the chill out zone and meet our today's studio guest. Hello everyone.
Hello.
We are very glad that you're here helping us with the show today. Are we ready to have fun?
Yes.
We are also ready to have fun with you too. And for you at home, be sure to tune in because we have lots of fun and learning.
Wow, I am so sleepy.
Seriously? Marara? We have an exciting show lined up and you're sleepy. Thank you very much. Now, why don't we start by telling everyone who's watching us what today's buzzwords are all about?
Today's buzzwords are all about child labor.
Yes, they are. And who can tell us what are some of these buzzwords that we need to look out for?
Moral values, drug trafficking, chores, hazardous work.
Well done. All these words teach us more about child labor. Now look out for them throughout the program and in the next episode.
Right now, though, it's time for something that will definitely wake up Marara. It's time for Junction Teens.
Are you going to meet your man today?
Yeah, but later on. I'll catch up with him at the hideout.
So let's go to the cyber cafe and kill some time. I have this great fashion idea I'll show you in the website.
What's the point if we don't have any money? And I should be saving for when I go away to my new school.
Window shopping can be fun though.
Oh, hi, girls. I'm so sorry we're so full today, but don't worry, I'll get a machine for you.
Sure.
Yeah, there's no hurry.
Okay, fine. Just sit over here. It won't take too long. Excuse me. Just 1 minute, please, eh?
Let me help you with that, Tony.
Oh, thank you so much, Leleti. That would be so helpful.
It's okay. I prefer being busy.
Just click here. Leleti, you are so good.
Tony, let me help you.
Hey, Leleti, do you want to be helping around during the weekends? We'll pay for your time.
Wow, you trust me with that? Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, but I have to talk to Florence about you starting today, though. But we don't want to interfere with your studies, so only when you have time.
Cool.
Hey, Freddy, are we going to spend the whole day just talking about your relationship problems?
No, it's just that Leleti's been so distant with me lately. I don't know what to think.
Stop the speculation. Just go and ask her.
I know you're right, but what if she's going to die?
Please. I've had enough of talking about it. Put yourself out of your misery and ask her.
That's it. Let's go.
I'll catch up with you later. There's still some search I need to do.
Okay.
Tony?
Yeah?
Could you help me? The computer is frozen and I still need to do some search.
Oh, okay. See? There you go. Is this where you're planning to go next year? It's far from Makutano.
No.
Hey, Leleti. What are you doing here? I thought you're still coming to the hideout later, right? What are you looking at?
Nothing, just some fashion site that Diana showed me. The computer keeps crashing and it will take a while, so could you give me an hour?
Oh, yeah.
Nita, I read that article you told me about, the one about drug trafficking.
Yeah, what do you think? It's quite terrifying to know that kids our age are getting involved in drug trafficking and end up in bondage.
Yeah, I know. And then it had all that information about those little kids doing hazardous jobs, like working with dangerous industrial and agricultural machinery. What do you call a person who transports illegal drugs across the borders and within the countries?
A mule?
No. Try again.
Drug trafficker?
Yes.
Hi, Freddy. You don't look happy today.
Is it that obvious?
What's the matter?
Has Leleti been acting strangely around you guys lately?
No. Why?
It's just that I feel like she's keeping secrets from me.
What secrets?
But if I knew, then it wouldn't be a problem.
I think she's worried about which secondary school she's going to go to. Maybe that's disturbing her.
No, maybe not.
How to manage a long-distance relationship.
And it's rude to spy on people.
Why are you looking at that?
It's personal. Then let's go if I'm not going to get any privacy.
So we have tea, we have coffee, and we also have biscuits.
See you, Tony.
Okay. Just come back in the afternoon. We'd have sorted everything out with Florence. Oh, this place is getting really busy and I'm glad you'll be joining us. In fact, meet one of our very good clients. This is Benjamin. He's like our favorite client.
Hi.
And this is Diana and Leleti. She'll start working with us soon.
Wow, so business must be very good.
Partially because of you. Yeah, in fact, let me even give you some tea.
Thank you.
Okay, see you soon.
I hope to see you soon.
Hi, Amos.
Hi. Hey, Freddy. What are you doing spying on Leleti? And what was she doing talking to that guy? I hear he's no good.
What do you mean, no good?
He offered me a job in... And people want me not to take it. Well, at least she's not going to dump you.
No, maybe not.
You haven't even spoken to her yet, have you?
Okay. What's wrong with you?
He came to the hideout earlier. He was worried about Leleti.
She has decided to dump you, eh?
No, she hasn't. Something else.
What's the matter, Freddy?
We saw Leleti and Diana at the cyber cafe, and they were talking to somebody who might be a drug dealer.
They wouldn't be involved with drugs, would they?
You should not spy on people. You might get something that you'll not understand.
What's up, guys?
What were you and Leleti doing at the cyber cafe?
Nothing, just looking at shoes online. She's going to be working at the cyber cafe this afternoon.
But she said she'd come to the hideout later.
I think she might have changed her plans.
What, she doesn't want to hang out with us anymore?
You should not jump into conclusions. What Freddy and Amos saw might not be the truth.
Yeah, she might be working.
I think we should just go and we'll talk to her later. We'll meet at 4.
Why? What's happened?
We'll know later. But is there something you're not telling us?
Here's your tea.
Ah, thank you. Hey, this is for you. I'm sure it must be very difficult being a waitress and all, you know?
Yes, thank you very much. It's harder than I expected it to be.
I hope Tony pays you enough.
The pay is enough. You see, I'm saving up for when I go away to school.
So you do need some extra money.
Of course.
But if you want to make more money, you should go into sales. I'm a businessman. Perhaps you should come and work for me.
Maybe.
Those are my associates. They do a couple of things for me, you know, and they get paid.
So what would I have to do?
You can help us with the transportation of goods. And since you'll be going back and forth from school by bus, all you have to do is deliver a package for me at the bus station.
That seems okay.
Good. Here's my contact. I'll get in touch with you. And here's a little something extra just to say thank you.
Wow, thanks. Thank you very much.
There is a lot where that's coming from. Okay. Boys, Leleti is thinking about joining us.
Hi.
Hi.
Cool stuff? Cool stuff. Okay, go.
Hi, Freddie. I was coming to look for you.
Where were you? I thought you said you'd come to the hideout.
I'm sorry, something came up. But look, I got you this. I feel really bad about standing you up.
This is really nice.
I thought it could help us keep in touch.
This is really expensive. Where did you get the money? Tony can't be paying you that well.
Oh, Diana told you about that. I not only have one job, I'm working for both Tony and her friend Benjamin.
Okay, what's going on, Leleti?
What do you mean?
Well,
Leleti, your break is over.
I'm sorry, Freddie, I have to run. Oh, hi guys, I'll see you later on.
Oh, well, yeah, fine. Go hang out with your new friends then.
Freddie.
I just dropped by to warn you that the Junction teams are planning to pay you a visit later.
Oh, that would be nice.
I don't think it will be nice. I just saw Freddie. He seemed pretty upset about something. Have you told him that you're moving away from Makutano and our relationship is doomed?
It's not doomed. And even if I move to Mombasa, there are buses, and I'll be back every holiday.
Mombasa?
Diana, we've been waiting for you at the hideout.
Oh, I thought you said we'll meet here.
Leleti, why didn't you come to the hideout? We missed you.
I got offered 2 jobs in one day. Isn't that exciting?
Well, it depends on what kinds of jobs they are.
And who are these new friends Freddie's been telling us you've been hanging around?
Freddie. They're just other boys who also work with Benjamin.
And who's this Benjamin?
That's the guy Amos told me was involved in drugs.
Yep, that's him, all right. Did you offer your job in sales, Leleti?
Amos, how did you know that? He just told me to drop packages with his colleagues when I travel to Mombasa.
Why would you be traveling to Mombasa? You sure you're okay?
Thank you, Hall. We have been trying to get this criminal for a long time. He's the main operator in Makutano. He sells drugs to school children and also involved in drug trafficking and prostitution. We haven't known where we've been operating until now. Thank you.
Hi, and thank you all. If I had any idea that there was any drug dealing in the cyber cafe, and I had put Leleti in so much danger, I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Tony. It wasn't your fault.
Yeah, but at least now I know what to look for in the future. Thank you.
I can't believe I almost got involved in drug trafficking, and I don't even know what else.
Don't worry, it could have happened to anyone. It's good that guy was arrested.
We're just glad you're okay, Leleti. Isn't that right, Freddie?
But why would you be going to Mombasa anyway?
Oh, that was a thrilling episode. Did you all enjoy that?
Yes! Awesome, because there was a lot to learn there.
Yes, and I'm just glad that Leleti had her friends to look out for her and spot her getting exploited.
You're right, Marara. Leleti was in some very serious danger. Now, what buzzwords did you hear?
Moral values, drug trafficking, chores, hazardous work.
Excellent work, all of you.
You know what? That kind of buzzer can only mean one thing.
Yes, indeed. It's time for us to improve our English skills.
Yes, it's time for Cool Words.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Chapendo.
Welcome to Cool Words. Today we will start off by looking at how to spell words containing PH with sound F. Now, when we put H after another consonant, the two letters often make a new sound. Now, what are the sounds of these pair of letters? Sh, sh, f, g. Aha, very good. Now, we also get a new sound when we put P and H together. Now, let's read this sentence out loud together.
The headmaster took a photograph of the scene using his mobile phone.
Well, now, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Mara.
The sound PH or F is in the word photograph and phone.
That's right, Marara. Well done. Now, next, let's look at these letters in the square here. And then they can be used to make some words where the letters PH have the sound F. Now, arrange the letters accordingly and use the words to complete these sentences. Now, let's start with the first one. Who would like to go first? Yes, Rono?
A group of sentences is called a paragraph.
Very good. A group of sentences is called a paragraph. Excellent. What about the next sentence? Yes, Muniva?
There are several telephone boxes outside the post office.
There are 26 letters in the English alphabet.
Very good. There are 26 letters in the English alphabet. Well done. And what about the last one? Yes, Kamau?
The elephants were the biggest animals we saw in the park.
Well done. The elephants were the biggest animals that we saw in the park. Well done, all of you. Now, next, we are going to listen to a short story about a certain boy. And you will need to listen very carefully as I'm going to ask you some questions at the end of it. Are we all ready?
Yes.
Very good. Now, even though he is only 11 years old, Hamisi already has had a career as a miner. He dropped out of his 3rd year of primary school and left his home village after his father was unable to pay for his uniform and school fees. Although Hamisi's parents have their own half-acre coffee farm, their income fell sharply because of the decline in the market price of coffee throughout the world. Hamisi had heard stories of people making money from mining and decided to try his luck. He asked his mother for a small amount of money to buy some socks and other items, but instead used this for the bus fare to a town about 70 kilometers from his home. Now, what reason led to Hamisi dropping out of school? Yes, Rono?
The reason which led to Hamisi dropping out of school was the fact that his father was unable to pay for his uniform and school fees.
Very good. Now, what G word means the same as throughout the world? Yes, Muniva?
The G word that means throughout the world is globally.
Excellent. Now, according to the story, how old is Hamisi now?
Oh, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Marara.
According to the story, Hamisi is now 11 years old.
Aha, very good. And how did Hamisi manage to get the bus fare to the town? Yes, Rogoro?
Hamisi managed to get the bus fare to the town by lying to his mom.
Aha, excellent. And what do you think happened to Hamisi when he arrived at the town? Yes, Kamau?
He got such a hard time trying to get the mining job and finally decided to go back home.
Wow, good job. You are also attentive today. Now, last week we were looking at superlative adjectives. Now, Marara, can you remind us what superlative adjectives are?
Oh, yes. Superlative adjectives are describing words used to compare things. So, for example, I was the smartest lion in the class.
Aha, very good, Marara. Now, last time I said that to form a superlative adjective, we normally add the letters EST to the adjective. So, for example, smart becomes smartest. Now, not all superlative adjectives end in EST. When adjectives are long, we make them superlative by preceding them with a most. For example, most beautiful, Now, can you think of some other examples? Yes, Rono?
Most handsome.
Very good. Someone else? Yes, Muniva?
Most dangerous.
Very good. Ruguro?
Most careful.
Excellent. Someone else? Yes, Kamau?
Most interesting.
Very good. Yes, yes, Marara?
Most difficult.
Aha, very good. Those are excellent examples. Now, a comparative adjective is normally used when comparing two items or things. For example, I'm taller than Marara. Now, you will notice that we are adding the letters ER to the adjective to get the comparative. Now, just like with superlative adjectives, not all adjectives are the same. For example, with longer adjectives, we don't add ER, but put the word more before the adjective to make it comparative. For example, more beautiful. Now, I would like you to make these superlative adjectives that you just mentioned into comparative adjectives. Now, who would like to go first? Yes, Rono?
More handsome.
More handsome. So most handsome becomes more handsome. Well done. What about the next one? Most dangerous? Yes, Muniva?
More dangerous.
More dangerous. Very good. Moving on to the next one. Most careful? Yes, Rogoro?
More careful.
More careful. Well said. Most interesting? Yes, Kamau?
More interesting.
More interesting. Excellent. And the last one, most difficult?
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara.
Most difficult would be more difficult.
Very good. Most difficult? More difficult. Well done, all of you. You've really worked hard today. Well, unfortunately, we're out of time for today, but I hope to see you next time for more cool words.
All right. Now, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Marara.
Now that I know about comparative adjectives, I think I can say that this week's lesson was better than last week's.
Aha, Marara, but last time you said that the lesson was the best ever. Now, once you've said best, you cannot get any better.
Well, you see, Teacher Pendo.
Yes?
Can't a lion change his mind?
Of course you can. Well, now it's time to see what Ms. Speedy is up to on this week's Out There.
Hello, good people. Last week we looked at child labor, where children find themselves being forced into hard work just to get by. Child labor is a global problem, but it is worse here in Africa. The proportion of children in workforce has continued to rise. When parents are not able to properly meet their children's needs and to bring them up well, providing them with basic human needs, children are left with nothing but to look for ways to fend for themselves. This leads to children ending up in employment. They work so hard to provide for themselves and sometimes for the whole family, like our friends. Remember the Fisher boys of Usenge, Johannes and his cousin? We are here in Mahanga Highland, and just like other areas around the lake, the residents here depend mainly on fishing as their only source of income. And so, most of their time is spent either deep in the lake fishing or preparing their fish for sale. Day in, day out, they are caught up, busy with these fishing activities. And the children are not left out either. They join their parents or older siblings in carrying out the petty errands too. But in the process, apart from working in appalling conditions and long hours, they miss out on school as well. Meet Jairus. Just like Jairus here, every child in Kenya is entitled to free and compulsory primary education. But Jairus and his friends here at Glad Toto Primary School are among the lucky ones. Around the lakeside area of our country, where fishing is the main source of income, most children opt out of school to join the many that are already fishing. So it is not strange to find most classes having just but minimal attendance. Even though the resources are scarce here evidently, for 11-year-old Jairus and his friends, they are determined to push hard and achieve their full potential. We are here at Usenge Beach area in Western Kenya, And again, I will be taking you to a trip across the lake in a ferry and find out what one organization by the name the African Network for the Prevention and Protection Against Child Abuse and Neglect, UNCAN, Kenyan chapter, is doing to fight against child labor. My friend with me is Diana. Diana tells me that UNCAN Kenya was established in 1989 by a group of volunteers concerned with the plight of children in Kenya. Their main mission is to promote children's rights, prevent and protect them from abuse and neglect, and ensure an environment that encourages them to realize their full potential. To achieve our objectives, UNCAN Kenya creates awareness and stirs sensitivity with the main aim of enlightening each individual to recognize and accept his or her responsibility to stand up for children's rights. Through this project, children are sent back to school while their families are given the necessary training and financial support to start up small businesses that can serve as alternative source of income for the families as their children enjoy their childhood as they exploit their full potential. Every child in the world has a right to proper childhood. Our laws provide expressly for the protection of children and safeguard their rights for basic necessities like education, health, food, shelter, etc. Every child has the right to leisure, play, and to participate in cultural and artistic activities. As we leave Mahanga Island, it is our prayer that every child here and the whole world gets an opportunity to enjoy being a child and with a proper childhood. Well, bye for now. Goodbye.
I think it's about time Aspidi got a co-host.
No, that's not a bad idea.
Not at all. I mean, I would get to travel, visit all those places, meet all those people.
Yes, exactly, yes. And if Maspidi gets a co-host, I know exactly who it should be.
Thanks, Mara, but I'm having so much fun here.
Janet. We're not talking about you. It's me.
Oh.
Of course. Anyway, it's time for us to get our brains into gear.
Absolutely. It's time to test our math skills.
Yes, it's time for the Big Three.
Welcome to the Big Three.
Now, here it is all about your numbers. There are 2 teams. There are 3 sums, and there are 5 seconds to solve each sum. The winning team is the team that solves the most sums correctly. They get to take these wonderful books back to their school, courtesy of our friends, the Longhorn Publishers.
That's right, and if the scores are tied at the end, we will move into a tiebreaker question.
Now, in this game, you only hear the question once, and you will only see the question written down at the end of the game.
Now, you must write down the answer on the answer pad provided within the 5 seconds. Otherwise, your answer will not count even if it is correct. Are the rules clear?
Yes. All right, and for you at home, try and keep up and see how well you do.
Right, now, I love being the best timekeeper in the whole wide world. So, I am ready to keep the time.
Good on you, Marara. We are ready to start the game. Here comes our first question. 7 multiplied by 5 minus 30 plus 10 divided by 3 is what?
And start the clock. And time's up.
All right, teams, time is up. Stop writing. Let's move on to the next sum, please. 13 take away 11 times 10 plus 5 divide by 5 equals...
Start the clock. And stop.
All right, it's getting really tight in here. We have one sum left. Here it goes. 12 plus 7 multiplied by 2 divided by 2 is what?
Start the clock. And stop. Time's up. Time is up.
All right, it's time to find out how everyone did. Now, Team A, please show us your answer for the first sum.
Well, let's see. Now, Team A has a 5. That's 5.
Okay, Team B, let's see what you have.
And Team B has a 5 as well. Wow. So, both teams have 5.
Start.
Yeah.
Interesting start. Let's see if they were both correct. 7 multiplied by 5, that's 35. Minus 30, that's 5. Plus 10, that's 15. Divided by 3. The answer is 5.
Whoa.
Wow, both teams got that one correct, and it looks like we have a very good start. Now let's move on to the next sum. Team A, please show us your answer for the second sum.
Right, and Team A has a 5.
Okay, Team B, let's see what you got.
Well, let's see. Team B has a blank. I guess they ran out of time.
Probably, Marara.
Well, even if they run out of time, I think we need to solve the sum together. 13 minus 11, that's 2. Multiplied by 10, that's 20. Plus 5, 25. And finally, divided by 5, the answer is 5.
Wow.
Okay, well done, Team A, on that sum. You got that one correct, meaning you have a head start, but Team B, do not worry. We have one more sum to go. Team A, please show us your answer for the third sum.
And Team A has 26.
Team B, what do you have for that third sum?
Let's see. And Team B has a 26 as well.
Well, they both have the same answer. Let's find out and see if they got it right. Final sum. 12 plus 7, that's 19. Multiplied by 2, that's 38. Divided by 2, the answer is 19.
Oh, right.
Ooh. Was it that hard? Well, looks like both teams didn't get that one correct, but so far, Team A has 2 sums correct. Team B, you only have 1. So Team A, you get to walk away with this fabulous textbooks. Congratulations.
Right, yes. Now, for Team B, don't worry. I know you put in a lot of effort, but Team A were just stronger today, okay? Now, for you at home, I hope you had so much fun working out those sums.
Now, if you enjoyed playing the Big Three, you must make sure to join Teacher Pendo later on in today's episode for more fun with math on hot numbers.
Oh, that was a close game. And thankfully, we are taking a break so that I can catch my breath.
But we still have half an hour of fun and learning to go.
Absolutely. Coming up, we have careers on bus stories and spelling.
Right, so don't go anywhere because we will be right back.
Hello again and welcome back to the KnowZone.
Yes, we are having such a blast right here on the KnowZone.
Yes, I know, and I'm feeling wide awake now.
Well, I'm glad that you're wide awake so we can get back into our buzzwords. Now, today's buzzwords are teaching us all about child labor. So why don't we remind everyone who's watching us at home what those buzzwords are?
Moral values, drug trafficking, chores, hazardous work.
Lovely. I couldn't have said them better.
Oh, yes, but I have a question.
Yes.
Now, if we have about 4 visitors coming to visit, and I'm the one who normally does the evening dishes, are you sure that it's not child labor if I'm made to clean up all the utensils?
No, Mara, it does not count as child labor because they're part of your family, so you washing the utensils is you helping out your family.
But, Mara, listen, if you feel like it's too much work, then perhaps you should talk to your mom about it.
Well, I think I'll do just that. Thank you very much.
Now, speaking of Mara's family, it's about time to hang out with some of his distant relatives.
Yes, my cousins in Tanzania.
Well, not really Tanzania, but close. It's time for Wild Zone.
Hello and welcome to the Wild Zone. Today, we take a closer look at the crowned cranes' homes and some of their neighbors.
As our pair drop in over the swamp's lifeline, the river, they re-enter a very different world. No wide open views here. Hidden in the dense vegetation, they feel safe. Safe enough to start a nest. It should be safe, as part of Saiwa is a national park, one of Kenya's smallest, and it's a special refuge for the crowned crane and a strange antelope called the sitatunga. There are pairs of them throughout the narrow swamp. Their territories, which the males mark, are composed of a tricky mixture of mud, floating vegetation, and open water. The hooves are splayed into two so they can get around on this unstable surface. These two Saiwa specialities, the sitatunga and the crowned crane, peer at each other through the reeds. And sometimes they meet. Along this fragment of the original, much larger wetland are bits of the old forest. Farms have long since displaced most of the monkeys in their home, so now Saiwa is a valuable refuge for many species. Including the shy otter, with, of course, the famous cranes.
It does seem like a refuge, but as I'll say in next week's episode, the swamp is fast becoming busy.
That was a thrilling installment. Did you all enjoy it?
Yes! We are glad you enjoyed it. Now, did you learn anything about Mara's animal friends? Well, if you would like to know more about his friends, you should join the KnowZone Club.
That's right. Just text the word zone plus your name and address to
5606. And you will become an instant KnowZone Club member.
That's right. And don't forget to ask your parents to help you send the text.
Oh, wait. I know what that means. That kind of buzzer can only mean that there's a fire in the building. No? No, okay. Hot numbers? Exactly. So why don't we go and join Teacher Pendo in the Learning Zone?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Chapendo.
Welcome to Hot Numbers. Well, I hope you are ready for a fun-filled lesson because today we are going to learn about models.
Well, excuse me, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Marara.
Now, what do models have to do with maths? Because they're all on the runways and catwalks. Oh, by the way, just so that you know, they picked up that catwalk name from my cat family. You see, we walk very proud and confident.
Okay,
and
Marara, let's stick to models for now. And the models I am talking about are cubes and cuboids. But I'm sure your family are great walkers. Now, are we all ready to begin?
Yes.
Good. Now, I have with me an orange cube and a blue cuboid. Now, can anyone tell me what you notice about the cube?
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara.
It's 3D and it's made up of square shapes.
Yes, Marara, it is 3D, and that is why it is a cube. And as you also correctly pointed out, it is made up of square shapes, and as we all know, a square has equal sides. Therefore, our cube has all equal sides. Now, what about this cuboid? Yes, Wainaina?
The cuboid is not equal on all sides, but it has equal lengths and equal widths and equal heights.
Very good and very well put. So have we all understood?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what shape is this matchbox? Yes, Nyagashaki?
A cuboid.
Very good. And how about this one?
Oh, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Marara.
Wait, that's a dice and it's a cube.
Aha, that's correct. Well done. Now, let's all look at the board. Now, in both of the pictures of the cube and the cuboid, FE and DC are edges. So, DFE in both of our cube and cuboids are called faces. Now, they are the rectangles that form a cuboid and the square that form a cube. Now, a point where three edges meet is called a vertex, okay? And in plural, it is vertices. For example, F and B, okay, are examples of vertices. Now, can anyone tell me how many faces the cube has? Yes, Gadoni?
6 faces.
Very good. And how many edges does the cuboid have? Yes, Ngare?
12 edges.
Well done. Now, which edge is the same length as GH in our cuboid?
Teacher Pendo?
Yes, Marara?
That would be FE.
Aha, very good. I can see you're all getting it. Now, can someone name me 4 vertices from our cube? Yes, Wainaina?
A, H, C, and F.
That's correct. Now, we are going to learn how to make models of cubes and cuboids. Now, this should be very exciting. For you at home, get some paper, scissors, some glue, a ruler, and a pencil, and join us. Now, this is a toothpaste packet. As you can see, it is a cuboid. Now, we will now open it up. Now, this is now called a net. Now, if we fold it back again, we get a cuboid. Now, if we remove the top of the cuboid so that it has 5 faces, it is called an open cuboid. When it has 6 faces, it is a closed cuboid. Now, here's an example of a net of a closed cuboid and a net of an open cuboid. Now, we can see that the closed cuboid has 6 faces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the open cuboid has 5 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, we are going to make a cube. Now, I've given you each net, which I've cut out for you. Now, you will see that I've included some shaded flaps. So here's my example with some shaded flaps so we can stick them together. Now, I want you all to use the glue to make a cube. You also need to use your rulers to make some folds from the lines. So let's get on with it. If you would like to make your own cube at home, just draw out a net like this one. So you need to use a ruler to draw 6 faces, which are squares of 5 centimeters. Remember to include some flaps so that you can stick them together. Once you've drawn your net, you just need to cut out the pattern and then assemble your cube. You can try making models of other shapes, and in this week's KnowZone leaflet, we show you how you can make your own pyramid. Join the KnowZone Club by texting your name and address to 5606. And remember to ask your parents to help you send the SMS. How are we getting on?
Oh, Teacher Pendo, look. I have a beautiful cube.
Well done, Marara, but next time use a bit less glue for a smart finish. Well done, all of you. I see you've made some beautiful cubes. Hope yours are just as good. Now, unfortunately, we have come to the end of our lesson today. I hope you had as much fun as we did. Be sure to join us next week for more hot numbers.
Oh, Teacher Pendo.
Yes, Mara.
I loved making the models. Now I'm going to attempt to make a cuboid.
Well, I'm glad your modeling is shaping up, but your cuboid will have to wait because right now it's time to check out which career is being profiled in this week's Career Zone.
There's one more that has not been mentioned. Please don't tell me, just raise up your hand, yes, Gareth.
Can you tell us a little about yourself?
My name is Violet Karu. I teach at Milimani Primary School. I teach standard 4 to 8. Various subjects, for example, mathematics, English, Kiswahili, science, and Christian religious education.
How did you find yourself in this line of work?
I had a music teacher in standard 5, and I admired her very, very much. And when I completed Form 4, I decided I really needed to become a teacher. And that's how I landed.
Did you need any qualifications, training, or experience for your job?
Of course I did. To become a teacher, one has got to go to college. So I joined Kamonja Teachers College, where I got a Primary 1 certificate course. After that, I taught for some years and decided to go back to college. I joined Nairobi University, where I did a degree in English and literature.
Please tell us what you do in a typical day.
On a Monday morning, I usually wake up at 4:30. I prepare my family, and then after that, I go to school. When I get to class, that is 5 p, I usually greet my learners. We pray together, and then we start learning.
What is the best aspect of your job?
Well, I love it when I teach learners and they are able to understand. You can imagine somebody who's come from home and does not know much, and the teacher is able to teach them and they understand. They can be able to speak English, they can be able to speak Kiswahili sanifu. It's really nice. There's nothing that can equal to that.
What are the main challenges of your job?
You know, these learners come from different environments. You find that there are those learners who are really needy. They come from poor homes where maybe they lack basic amenities. To make these learners concentrate in the class is a challenge for the teacher.
In your opinion, what skills or characteristics does one need in this line of work?
A good teacher, you must be God-fearing. Why? Because I believe teaching is a call. You need to love these children. You need to appreciate them. And most of all, you also need to be patient. To be able to teach a child who has just been at home until they are able to understand, really one needs to be patient.
Looking into the future, do you have an overall career goal?
Yes, I do have an overall career goal, and that is to open my own school. At least I'll be able to teach learners, and I'll also be able to benefit as a teacher, get more money and do many things.
What advice would you give anyone interested in your line of work?
I would like them to work very hard so that they can get a lot of information. As a teacher, one needs to know many different things. And so they should work hard and also go to a college where they are taught how to become teachers.
That was a great career indeed. I mean, why didn't I think about it when I was younger?
Well, sadly, because we didn't know more about it then. But that is why Career Zone is here, so that we can give you options. We can show you what it takes for you to pursue a certain career, and then you can decide for yourself what you would like to do.
Yeah, that's right. And I always learned so much.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Marara. In fact, speaking of learning much, I know how you can learn a lot and have fun while you do it.
Yeah, what? Come on, tell me. Come on. Spell it? Forget it.
All right, it's time for us to put our brains into gear for the biggest, baddest, fastest spelling challenge in the world.
And that's right, it's time for Spell It.
Animal, tractor, building, narrow, respect, meter, deep, vegetable, work.
Welcome to Spell It. Wainaina, Rogoro, and Kamau, you are about to step out of the shadows and into the spotlight to compete for the title of today's KnowZone Spelling Champion. The winner will walk away with their very own KnowZone dictionary.
Each contestant has just 30 seconds to spell correctly as many words as possible. If you want to hear the word again, just say repeat, and the word will be repeated for you. Each word is worth 1 point. So the more words you spell correctly, the higher your chances are of winning. Are the rules clear?
Okay, Kamau, you are up first. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Kamau, your 30 seconds start now.
Debt.
D-E-P-T.
Values.
V-A-L-U-E-S.
Eliminate.
E-L-I-M-E-N-T.
Bondage.
B-O-N-D-A-G-E.
Load.
L-O-A-D-E.
Cultural.
C-U-L-T-R-E.
Protect.
P-R-O-T-E-C-T.
Call.
Time is up. Well done, Kamau.
Rogoro, you're the next one. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Rogoro, your 30 seconds start now.
Drug.
D-R-U-G.
Work.
W-O-R-K.
Chores.
Repeat.
Chores.
C-O-C-H-O-R.
Error.
E-R-R-O-R.
Price.
P-R-I-C-E.
Refuse.
R-E-F-U-S-E.
Trade.
T-R-A-D-E.
Oblige.
Repeat.
Oblige.
O-B-O-B-L-E-D-I-G.
Time is up.
Wainaina, you're up next. Please take your place on the spelling zone.
Wainaina, your 30 seconds start now.
Moral.
M-O-R-A-L.
Task.
T-A-S-K.
Mine.
M-I-N-E.
Train.
T-R-A-I-N.
Trafficking.
T-R-A-F-F-I-C-I-K-I-N-G.
Poverty.
P-O-V-E-R-T-Y.
Promote.
P-R-O-M-O-T-E.
Survive.
S-U-R-V-I-V-E.
Heavy.
H-E-A-V-Y.
Urban.
Time is up. Well done, Wainaina. After that wonderful round of Spell It, I think we can go straight into the results. In third place, we have Kamau. Let's give him a round of applause. That leaves Ruguru and Wainaina. Now I can now reveal that the winner of the KnowZone Spelling Challenge with a total of 8 points, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause to Wainaina. Step forward, Wainaina. Congratulations. You are today's KnowZone Spelling Champion. Here's your dictionary. Show everyone at home your prize. Everyone, let's give them a round of applause. Step back.
Wow, congratulations, Wainaina. Now, Rogoro and Kamau, do not worry, nobody leaves the nose on empty-handed. We have prizes for you too.
And these prizes are courtesy of our friends at the Longhorn Publishers. Now, after that mind-boggling and exciting round of spells, I think we need a break, but I still want to be entertained.
I think I know just the thing.
Ah, really? Well,
You know what? Let's join Boomba, Zawadi, Specs, and Raha as they relive another tale on Bus Stories.
Excuse me, there's somebody sitting down.
But Teacher Mary said you can sit anywhere. You're not supposed to book for someone a seat.
Come on, there's plenty of space around. Make yourself comfortable.
Just wait.
What does she mean by just wait?
You just earned yourself a spot on her closing day wanted list. She's going to beat you up.
See, you guys should share the joke. I just got in trouble for booking your seat.
You got into trouble because of me. Who's that? I show you how to deal with people here.
I think we should resolve things very peacefully, my friends. So now you're Kofi Annan.
No, it's just that I know how ugly things can get when they're not solved.
I feel a story coming on.
So one day, the magic bus was flying through the air when the engine started to stutter. The gang looked worried, but Chuma pulled a lever and a parachute appeared. The bus floated into a strange village. As Chuma tried to fix the engine, the magical four went out to explore the village, which was eerily quiet except for a few huts. As they wandered around, the sun was very strong. The gang became very hot and started to sweat. The gang were really thirsty, and Specs went to find water for the group. Before too long, he saw a tap. Filling up a bottle, he drank and drank. As he passed over the bottle, a small boy appeared and snatched the bottle out of Specs' hands. "That's my water," said the boy. Well, Specs didn't like being spoken to like that. So, without thinking, he snatched the bottle back. The small boy responded by pushing Specs. Specs wasn't going to stand for that. So, with all his might, he pushed the small boy as hard as he could. The small boy landed on the floor. As the small boy got up, he suddenly became tall, taller than all of them combined. And the more they looked at him, the more changes they spotted. His arms and legs were getting bigger, and they tore up his uniform, leaving him naked. But instead of seeing a naked body, what they saw scared them. He had suddenly become a robot, and an angry robot for that matter.
Wow. So what did they do?
The gang was so shocked that at first we just stood there momentarily frozen. The huge robot, with a scary face, looked at them, then roared in laughter. The robot took the bottle of water and emptied it onto the ground. All the gang threw their arms up into the air in a sign of surrender. The robot let out a mighty laugh that shook the ground we were stepping on. "You think I'm done with you? That was just warming up," said the robot. And before any of them could move, the robot quickly picked up Specs from the ground and took his specs off him. He wore them and proudly said, "Great, now I can read your mind and everyone else's mind." The robot dropped Specs down with a thud. The robot then glared at them and burst out laughing. "I can read that you are all very scared and are planning to run away from me. You are not going anywhere," shouted the mean robot. "Quickly, let us run left," shouted Boomba. The giant robot was hot on their heels, taking a step and reaching them. He nearly stepped on them as they scrambled to get away from him. "Guys, let's go into the forest. The trees will hide us a little," a panicked Zawadi said, and they quickly ran into the forest with the robot following behind, stepping on anything it came across. When it reached the forest, it could not see the kids because the robot was the same height as the trees. So they stood behind a tree, watching the robot from a distance. Suddenly, they saw the robot press a certain button on his chest, and he became smaller and smaller until he was the same size as the kids. He could then see them clearly and started approaching them fast. They were so scared and shocked that they had no time to think but to run again. "Quick, follow me," said Specs. The kids quickly ran off with Specs, making different corners that confused the robot. You know, robots get confused by corners. They prefer a straight path, he said, panting. And true enough, the kids turned back and saw that they had left the robot far away. Just as they were getting excited about being able to beat the robot, they heard the sound of a huge engine, almost like a plane, and wondered what that could be. It was getting closer and closer as they were getting curious and curious. Zawadi decided to turn back and see how far the robot was, and she saw nothing. She turned to the rest of the group in excitement. "Guys, I think the robot lost its way." The rest caught on in the excitement and stopped. They were suddenly shocked when they heard the same engine noise revving up on top of them. Looking up, they were shocked to see that the robot had changed itself into a small robot plane and was ready to crash land on them.
Oh dear, did it land on them?
How big was this plane that it fit into a forest?
Could they run away?
See, they were trapped. They could not move. The robot quickly converted himself back into the huge robot, crashing trees in the process and picking them off the ground with him. He then told them in a loud voice that he was going to take all their powers and leave them powerless. He quickly took their powers and dropped them all on the ground as he experimented with the powers, making himself invisible, crying out loud like Raha, running at a supersonic speed. He did it all, over and over again. In no time, the powers overwhelmed him, and his robotic system could not handle it anymore, and he came crashing down onto the ground. His system failing, he slowly turned back into a human being, lying there on the ground as an exhausted small boy. Without hesitating, the gang ran back to the safety of the bus.
That was a brilliant story, Boomba.
Thanks.
Yeah, violence just leads to more violence.
And if it was his tap, Specs should have just apologized for not respecting his property.
You should learn to solve your issues peacefully. If not, you can also learn to solve them through dialogue. If it's too big, go to a teacher or someone older and wiser.
Yeah, like Chameri or Chuma.
I love those storytellers. They always make my day.
Yes, mine too.
I love them too. I can't wait for next week. Did you all enjoy it? Yes! Now, sadly, today's show has come to an end.
Well, now, but we look forward to having so much fun filled next week right here on the KnowZone on Saturday.
That's right. Now, if you want to get into contact with us, it's really simple. All you have to do is ask your parents to help you send us a text with the word zone plus your name and your address to 5606, and you will become an instant KnowZone Club member.
Come on, everyone. Let's say goodbye. Goodbye!